Imagine your mum gives you 4 Malaysian ringgit. Just enough money for 2 packs of instant noodles and a few eggs. The convenience store is only a minute away. You've walked there before. Everyone in the neighbourhood knows you. Nothing feels dangerous. You leave home, and nobody ever sees you alive again. For 6 days, your family searches everywhere. The police search fields. Neighbours search abandoned houses. Your photograph spreads across the entire country. Then a phone call comes. "We have your daughter. Pay us if you want her back." But by the time that call arrives, it's already too late. Tonight, we're going to talk about one of Malaysia's most heartbreaking child murder cases. The case of Nurul Nadirah Abdullah, the little girl everyone knew as Dirang. Welcome to the podcast, You Can't Unhear. March 1st, 2012. Johor Bahru, Malaysia. 4-year-old Nurul Nadirah Abdullah woke up that morning like any other child. She was cheerful, talkative, and according to her teachers, one of the brightest children in her kindergarten class. She loved singing, loved learning, and one day, she wanted to become a doctor. Her family called her Dirang. That morning, around 10:30 a.m., she told her mother she was hungry. She wanted instant noodles. Her mother, Roslyn, handed her 4 ringgit and a note asking for 2 packs of noodles and some eggs. The store was close, extremely close. In fact, many children in the neighbourhood regularly walked there alone. Nobody thought twice about it, including Roslyn. After Dirang left, Roslyn stayed home. She later admitted she became distracted scrolling through Facebook. Minutes passed. Then more minutes. Until her husband suddenly asked, "Where's Dirang?" And that's when panic began to set in. The store was only a short walk away. Why hadn't she come home? Her father immediately went looking. The store clerk remembered seeing her. Dirang had arrived. Purchased the noodles. Purchased the eggs. And then she left, heading home. At least, that's what should have happened. But she never arrived. Family members searched nearby streets. Neighbours joined in. Children were questioned. Shop owners were asked if they'd seen her. Nothing. By that afternoon, police were contacted. A missing child report was filed, and the search officially began. Officers checked more than 20 locations around the neighbourhood. Witnesses reported seeing a small girl who looked like Dirang walking with a married couple near an abandoned property. Police quickly located and questioned the couple, but no evidence connected them to the disappearance. The days that followed were agonising. Every hour that passed made the situation feel worse. Then investigators discovered something. One of Dirang's sandals, not far from her home. Soon after, they found the second sandal. The instant noodles, eggshells, and candy, all scattered in a palm oil plantation. Each discovery felt like a breadcrumb leading somewhere terrible. Then came March 7th, 6 days after Dirang vanished. Roslyn's phone rang. A woman was on the line. The caller claimed Dirang had been kidnapped. She demanded 30,000 ringgit. If the family wanted their daughter back alive, They had to pay. Before Roslyn could even ask questions, the caller hung up. Desperate, she tried calling back. No answer. She sent a message asking for proof that Dirang was alive. The response was chilling. Pay first, then proof. The next day, another message arrived. This time, the demand dropped to 10,000 ringgit, and the threat became more direct. If you want your child, bring the money. Otherwise, your child will die. But on that same morning, before the deadline ever arrived, everything changed. At around 9 a.m., Dirang's grandfather made a devastating discovery. In an abandoned structure inside the plantation, about 3.5 kilometers from home, he found human remains. Police rushed to the scene. What they found was so badly damaged that investigators initially believed it might belong to an adult. In a shallow hole covered with plywood, forensic officers discovered a small skull, fragments of scalp, hair, and a face looking upward. The body's legs were detached, and the chest and abdomen were severely burned. Roslyn refused to believe it could be her daughter. She couldn't. No parent wants to accept something like that. But 4 days later, DNA testing confirmed the truth. The remains belonged to Dirang. The autopsy revealed bruises on her jaw, under her nose, cheeks, and mouth. There were injuries to her neck from being smothered by an adult's hand. She had been abused before being suffocated and then burned. The estimated time of death was between 11:30 p.m. and midnight on March 2nd, 2012, one day after she disappeared. Malaysia was horrified. The entire country had been following the search. Now the outcome everyone feared had become reality. Even after her body was found, strange events continued. The family reported being harassed. Someone attempted to enter their apartment through the ceiling. Relatives claimed they were being followed. Fear spread through the community. Eventually, the family moved for their own safety. Meanwhile, police continued chasing every lead. The married couple were cleared. Several other suspects were investigated. Even the person behind the ransom messages was eventually identified. But it turned out he wasn't the killer. Just someone trying to exploit a grieving family for money. Then investigators caught a break. A 24-year-old former contract worker named Maidin became the primary suspect. He lived near Dirang's neighborhood, and forensic evidence began linking him to the crime. The case eventually went to trial. Prosecutors presented dozens of witnesses, hundreds of pieces of evidence. And ultimately, the forensic evidence proved decisive. After months of testimony, the court found Maidin guilty. He was sentenced to death. For many Malaysians, the verdict brought some measure of justice. But it could never bring Dirang back. Years passed. The case remained one of the most discussed crimes in modern Malaysian history. Then, in July 2024, more than 12 years later, Maidin's final appeal was rejected. The conviction stood. And with that decision, one of the longest chapters of the case finally came to an end. But the reason people still remember Dirang isn't because of the court verdict. It's because of how ordinary that day was. She wasn't running away. She wasn't travelling somewhere dangerous. She was buying instant noodles. That's it. A simple errand. A short walk. A few minutes from home. The kind of thing millions of children do every day without anyone worrying. And maybe that's why this case continues to break people's hearts. Because it reminds us how quickly an ordinary day can become a nightmare. As always, stay safe out there, guys. Take care of your loved ones. And I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast, You Can't Unhear.